Hello there, this is Anthony Johnson, and I'm back to you with another video. So this is going to be a Python freestyle. We're sort of going to piggyback off of the point of sale transaction from the previous couple of videos. I would say about 2 videos ago or so, when we were talking about Python. So this is going to be class and object centric. So enough talking, let's get to work. First things first, we're going to import a module, which is the datetime module. Give it an alias of DT, and then we're going to start building our class out. So lowercase class, and then we're going to name our class checkout. We're going to give it some parameters. First things first, we're going to type in self. Let me spell it correctly. Okay. So date, product. You know what? You're going to keep it lowercase. Date, product, quantity, and then we want the price per item. So we say PPI. Go out here, colon. Then we go underneath, and then we're going to do self. So each of these parameters here, minus self, each of these parameters here, we are going to list them here. So self dot date equals date, and we're going to repeat the process. Product equals product. So dot quantity. I actually misspelled this. Dot quantity equals quantity. And then self dot PPI equals PPI. All right. What do we do? Oh, keep hitting tab, and that's what happens. I'll just hit enter. All right, or space. All right, here we go. What is our issue here? Class checkout. We have our appropriate. Let me check. Let's see what this is. It's not defined, perhaps. Uh, something to that. Okay, so it's not an indent issue. Move that back because you see our line there for a reason. That's what it is. That's hilarious. Okay, so this is what it is. So my apologies. So our class, our parameter A is going to be called, or our class A is going to be called that. We're going to do this. Then we're going to do def underscore underscore init underscore underscore. I'm going to copy that there. That's what I was doing incorrectly. Then we want to place our colon here. And I believe there is a indent issue. There we go. All right. My apology there. So we have that. So now we're gonna go. Now all of this is in place. We're gonna pass in our parameters. Of course, there's a more robust way you can create it, but we'll get to that essentially. So we're gonna create our function here, where our object method, say def receipt, receipt, and it's going to be self in here, colon, and then we'll go underneath and print our message, which will be, we'll say F, we'll say date, another colon, curly brackets, then we'll say self dot date. We'll put a comma, space, and we'll say item. and then another curly braces. We'll say self dot product. So essentially here we're just listing out what we have in our class. Quantity, keep it the name of convention or just a convention in general, uniform. We'll say self dot quantity. And then lastly, price underscore each. We'll just say that for short. Curly braces. Let me actually add my colon here as well. Okay, so curly braces, self dot PPI, PPI. And then underneath here, we're going to print another statement. We'll say, uh, your total for your visit was, and we'll do curly braces. Of course, there is a more robust way to do this, as I mentioned before, but this is more so geared towards people that's learning and trying to better understand how things work in Python. So we'll say self dot quantity times self dot PPI. So essentially, if you order if you are checking out two watermelons and the price per watermelon is $1 1 point is $1.99, this is gonna return that total. So the two times the $1.99, essentially. So your total for this visit was the total. Thank you for shopping at Johnson's Food Mart. We'll just say something simple like that. And then we're going to control S to save it. Everything looks pretty solid to me. So what we are going to do is we have to create an object to actually call our class. And we will call it CHK, which stands for check. We'll do check equals. We need to mention our class name, checkout. Okay, self.date. That's one thing. We need to actually pass this in. My apologies. So we didn't give date an actual date. So this is where our variable comes in at. So it's going to be DT time dot date time dot now. I'm glad I caught that. Okay, so we have that. That's the date. The okay. So perhaps we don't need this function here. We can still keep it in place because it's good practice, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run it. Actually, no, that's right. It was actually correct how it was. So we're gonna do self dot date again. So this comes in, we're passing it in for our test. So check, and then we need to pass in our date dot date time to mimic the transaction as if it was currently. Dot now, do that there. Then for the product, I'll use our double quotes. We'll say avocados and quantity. So we needed five of them things. And for the price per item, how much avocados? About what? You can probably get about last time I looked, I think it was 2 for 5. We'll say 2 for 8. So about $4 a piece. So we'll say $4. So 4 times 5 is 20, and that's what we should get back. But also what we're going to do is take this CHK dot recipe, as you can see on the screen, open and close parentheses. And now this, so essentially what we passed in here, which is our parameters up here, the CHK has those parameters registered because this is object. So it has the values that we're going to feed to the recipe. So this is where our function, we're going to have these two print statements come out. So the date time is going to go here. The current date, the product is going to go here, which is avocados. The quantity is 5. And then the price per item. Let's make them 4.99. So almost $5 per avocado. So it should be what, 24.99, almost $25. All right, so we do that. And then since that has those parameters, we're gonna this is going to also fill this as well. So our price per item and our actual quantity, which is actually multiply here, should come out. So let's go ahead and control S and let's actually go ahead and execute this. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, it did a little funny business. So I wonder if I can cast this as a float within here. But as you can see, it listed out our date, our item, 5, and then the price. And it also gave us our thank you for shopping at Johnson's Food Mart. But as you can see here, it's a little messy. I'm gonna try something here. And although this is a string, I wonder how it acts towards. No, let's just try it. Because I want to, I don't think it's gonna work. No, better yet, we're gonna put a pin in it and we'll revisit it. Essentially, as you can see, it worked. We can clean this up, but the objective here was to mimic the POS or point of sale transaction. We have our date, we have our product, we have our quantity, and we have our price per item. Then we have our messages. It essentially tells us what we just purchased because we just scanned it. And then it gives us our thank you for shopping at Johnson's Food Mart plus our total. So it says your visit was $24.95 all the way down here and three. I don't even want to try to say it, but essentially we're gonna clean it up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. Take care and have a blessed one. Bye bye.